Today on Time About the Movies, a new Planet of the Apes rises up from the ashes and makes you completely forget about Tim Burton's abominable remake from 10 years prior. Yeah, this one will definitely make you forget that in a heartbeat because it's a way better movie than that film is. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. We'll take a look at that, and we'll also take a look at Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds starring in the body switch comedy with a raunchy attitude towards it from the director of Wedding Crashers and the writers of The Hangover. We have The Change Up, August 5th, 2011, starting a brand new month off of films. As we begin here on Time About the Movies, coming your way next.
We're talking about huge potential for millions of people. Our therapy enables the brain to repair itself. We call it the cure.
I want you to start testing on chimps ASAP.
We test one subject. I want to make sure it's stable. I designed the 112 for repair, but Caesar's gone way beyond that.
You mean increased intelligence?
With skills that far exceed that of a human counterpart.
This is wrong, Will.
It works.
And what about Caesar? Where does he fit in?
That chip's company property.
He hasn't spent any time with other chimps.
They're not people, you know.
You're trying to control things that are not meant to be controlled.
They are contaminated. Put those apes down.
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
Oh, the apes will rise, all right, and they will give you an experience you'll never forget, in a good way. Welcome to Time About the Movies. Today we are taking a look at the two big new releases of the week of August 5th, 2011. Starting, of course, off with our first film, and that is Rise of the Planet of the Apes, the first part of a new reboot of the Planet of the Apes film series, the seventh overall, if you include the 2001 remake, as well as the 5 films that came before that, the original films. But in this one, you have Caesar, played by Andy Serkis, who's in motion capture by Andy Serkis, a chimpanzee genetically enhanced and raised by William Rodman, played by James Franco, going from living in captivity to eventually leading an ape uprising against humanity. Essentially, this is how the world became the Planet of the Apes, pretty much. I mean, you have characters played by James Franco, as I mentioned, Frida Pinto, John Lithgow, Brian Cox, Tom Felton, and of course Andy Serkis as Caesar. It's directed by Rupert Wyatt and written by Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver. These two wrote The Relic a couple years ago, which was a really damn good underrated sci-fi film in general. And this is definitely one of the year's biggest surprises. I mean, this is a movie that kind of pretty much came out of nowhere. In fact, that trailer I just showed you, a lot of people went into that trailer not thinking that this was going to be a good movie by any means necessary, and yet when the movie came out, people were stunned on how good, not only how good the movie was, but how just captivated you were by the performance by Andy Serkis as Caesar. And later on down the road with the Planet of the Apes movies, we would see more and more that this character is probably one of the best movie characters we've had in the last 15 years. Because, yeah, Andy Serkis just knocks it out of the park as Caesar. And this movie, he's not given much to do in particular, but it's really when you get to stuff like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes, that's where the movies really begin to take off in general. But this one in particular really sets the tone right away, and it makes you completely forget about that god-awful abomination that was the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes movies. I mean, this is a film that is just so damn good, from the visuals to the action. They make these apes look absolutely terrifying, but you kind of get behind them and want them to be in their cause and all that, because, yeah, the humans in here, I mean, some of the humans in here are kind of being dicks overall, and they are treating these apes so badly. And yeah, you do feel for the characters involved in this. Everybody in here, you do feel for. But it's a really damn good movie, man. It's a movie that is so jam-packed with action. Like I said, the visuals overall are top-notch. The effects overall are really good. The visuals just captivate you in so many ways. Like, it's just, I got nothing else to say, man. This is just a great, great movie that's only going to get better from here. I mean, this one is the weakest of the 4 films that we've had in the Planet of the Apes trilogy, but not even a trilogy, a quadrilogy at this point, because we had Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, but it's still a good movie regardless. I mean, this is a movie that really took a lot of people by surprise. Nobody was really expecting it to be as great as it was, but man, this one just knocked it out of the park so good. It's just like, what a great movie, man. What a great, great movie this was. I can't recommend this one enough. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Definitely check it out. So with all that said, let's go ahead and move on to the other big new release this weekend, featuring two stars of big summer blockbusters that were supposed to be big summer blockbusters. One of them was with Horrible Bosses and Jason Bateman, but Green Lantern and Ryan Reynolds. Let's just say that he did not have the best summer overall, because this was the second big flop of the summer for him, and that was, of course, The Change-Up.
Wow. She's not allowed to wear clothing when she's home.
Kinky.
No, she's a kleptomaniac.
Smart.
From the director of Wedding Crashers.
You're surrounded by people who care about your day. What more do you want?
And the writers of The Hangover.
I envy your life.
I envy yours.
I wish I had your life.
Switch happens.
Holy, what the?
Now everything's changed.
It's your turn.
It's 3 in the morning. You're the mother.
I'm the mother. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Get out of the bed right now before I cut you.
Hey, stop crying. Your family's a little too intense for me.
And anything goes.
I haven't been on a date in 18 years.
I know it's weird. Just go with it.
So, weather. It's the weather and the traffic. It's a lot of traffic. You can't feel my face.
The Change-Up. Rated R.
So again, kind of like with a lot of movies we talk about on this show, the concept overall is a pretty fun idea. Let's take the concept of, Freaky Friday. Let's take the idea of swapping 2 random people together. Let them split one person live the other person's life, and let's add a raunchy comedy element to it. This is a good idea overall, as you have Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman starring as 2 best friends living in Atlanta who switch bodies after urinating into a fountain while wishing they had each other's lives. Jason Bateman is a family man. Ryan Reynolds is the bachelor guy, the Quagmire of this movie, if you will. I mean, he literally is like Quagmire because he gets all these women, and so. Yeah, it's switched around, and now it's Ryan Reynolds who's the family man in Jason Bateman's body, and Jason Bateman in Ryan Reynolds' body as the ladies' man. And you have Leslie Mann as well, Olivia Wilde, Alan Arkin, directed by David Dobkin, who can be a good director. We saw what he did with Wedding Crashers back in the day. And, this is also written by John Lucas and Scott Moore, who have written a lot of really good stuff in general. I mean, these are the guys that wrote, like I said, The Hangover. These are guys that have definitely made a lot of good stuff. They wrote The Ghost of Girlfriend's Past, one of my favorite underrated comedies from Matthew McConaughey. So these guys everybody involved in this are not hacks in general. But, sadly, like another Universal Pictures movie we just looked at that also stars Olivia Wilde, coincidentally, yeah, it didn't work, and it doesn't work because of 2 things. One, the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman. You could buy them as friends, but when you have to buy them as the other person, it just doesn't work, man. I mean, Jason Bateman's trying his best to be like the Ryan Reynolds guy in this movie, and Ryan Reynolds is trying to be like Jason Bateman in this, and it just does not work here at all. I mean, you can't distance both of them from one another, and it's just kind of like, yeah, it really does not work here. Another thing that doesn't really work, the gross-out humor in this. And the trailer for this alone, I mean, this was one of the scenes they try to sell you people on.
I am gonna ruin her. Oh my god.
I need to cool it on the Thai food.
Oh my god.
Come on, Leslie, you're better than this. You're better than this, man or woman or whatever the saying would be in this case. But believe it or not, that's actually the tamer of the 2 gross out jokes in the trailer, because early on they showed Jason Bateman getting baby poop in his face. And I'm actually kind of surprised they did show it in a trailer that was not a restricted red band trailer, but was the green band trailer. I guess it's okay to show baby shit going on somebody's face, but if it's somebody like Leslie Mann's character, it's like, nope, that's a no-go. And not only that, but this is one of those movies, kind of like with The Dilemma, where they write characters that are trying to act way too manly. Like in The Dilemma, Queen Latifah's character was too much of a bro in that movie, and that just really hurt the ebb and flow of that film. In this, Olivia Wilde just is like, they kind of write her as the same type of a character. Like, you know that she's like, her and Ryan Reynolds are clearly meant to get together. That's fine and all, but it's just like, you didn't have to write her as this crazy bro in a lady's suit uniform. It's just like, did she change bodies with somebody else? Because this character really does not feel like the same person that you would expect from another character that's trying to, what's the word I'm trying to say here? She feels like a character out of a movie like Switch, or maybe Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde. You know, she's swapping bodies, or she's a man that turns into a woman. That type of a thing. I mean, that's the type of thing where it's just like, I don't buy her character in this whatsoever. The characters in here overall are really, really badly written in here, and just, again, it's the lame humor. It's a bland plot overall. This is a movie that is that's a big insult to everyone involved in here, and maybe even worse than Cowboys and Aliens, because Cowboys and Aliens had at least an effort to try to put some stuff in there, and they did have some good visual effects in there. They just took the film way too damn seriously. In this case, they were just trying way too hard for the cheapest laughs possible, and it just doesn't work. They were going, this is a film that was being sold strictly on the people involved in it, the stars, the people who direct, the man who made the people who made some of the more successful raunchy comedies in the last 5 years. And it's just like, you gotta have more than that, man. You can't just sell a movie just because you have these elements there. There has to be a hook to this, and there is a good hook to it, but the plot is just so mediocre, so bland, and the jokes are not funny, and these actors in here deserve way better than this, especially Ryan Reynolds. Like, this was supposed to be the breakout year for Ryan Reynolds, because he had this, he had Green Lantern. Both were major flops. They were panned critically. They were big flops at the box office, and it would take Ryan Reynolds several years before he would eventually get the respect he deserves, and it would only take him, it would take him a couple of other movies to get him to that point, but yeah, this was just a bad year for him in general. And it wasn't for the lack of trying overall. It's just, the guy was trying his best, and really, he just was not given the best material to work with here. Like, it just didn't work. It just does not work as a film. It's not funny. It's not clever. It's really lazy. The gross out humor is not funny. The characters are badly written. The setup is really badly put together. It just didn't work overall. It's a mess of a film. What more do you got to say, man? The change-up was a bad move. This is a change-up that needed a change-up in the scripting department. That's for damn sure. And, hey, another massive failure for Universal in 2011. And they've had a lot of them, so there you go. That's all I got to say about the change-up. And thus, with all that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies, and the next time we meet, we take a look at several more movies, 4 films in particular to look at, including The Help, starring Emma Stone, and also Jessica Chastain, and also featuring an Academy Award-winning performance by Octavia Spencer. We have the 5th installment of the Final Destination series, what was supposed to be the last film in the series, of course, until this past May with Final Destination Bloodlines. We have Ruben Fleischer's follow-up to Zombieland with Aziz Ansari and Jesse Eisenberg among the cast, the action comedy, 30 minutes or less, and, we could still squeeze a little bit of popularity of Glee, so here's Glee, the 3D concert movie. And needless to say, it did not deliver what they were expecting, but we'll take a look at those 4 films coming up tomorrow on the show, so definitely be on the lookout for that. With all that said, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button. Check out the playlist where we have some of the other episodes from this year, and check out the last episode we did. Now, with all that said, whether it's in the past, the present, or the future, I will see you at the movies. Take care.